What's going on YouTube? Earth Power here with
CVH
and Gorby,
bringing you Card of the Week today on October 27th, 2012. Yeah, so we got a cool one for you today, as well as we're going to go over all of the cards that have been previewed this previous week. So, let's get right into this Card of the Week. What do we have today, CVH?
Rusalka, Aqua Chaser.
This card is super cool.
Yes, it's a unicorn fish replacement.
Exactly, unicorn fish right down to the...
It's the exact same thing.
Just
4 mana,
race.
1,000 power, water.
It's a trench hunter.
Trench hunter, as opposed to
fish.
It's just a fish, right?
Yeah, of course, just a fish.
Yeah. Like I think, how many fish were there? There were only like 3, right?
Yeah. 2 or 3.
Yeah. So, Rusalka, Master Nadia's signature creature.
In the show, yes, correct.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Now you do. All
Alright, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Okay. So, unicorn fish replacement. That's pretty much it. It's a lot better in this game than it was in DM. I'll give it that much.
Yes.
It's doing
because in Duel Masters, you know, turn 3 saw a lot of come into play effects like Bronze Arm, Hulk is that kind of thing.
Yes.
Whereas now, turn 3 is dominated by creatures who have to attack to get their benefits. And
so following them up with this guy on turn 4 is awesome, and it gets the momentum just
exactly.
Use creatures also better against those kind of things. Like you'd much rather Rusalka, Aqua Seneschal than Duel Masters Aqua Hulkus or like Hydra Spy.
Right.
Yeah, you'd much rather
it's
bounce
a good,
a Seneschal.
in most aggro decks. It's a good answer to it. Once if they play Seneschal, you play Rusalka. Versus like where controls would have like Bone Blades or Return of the Soils, or just another form of removal.
Right.
But it gives aggro decks a card to get rid of to bounce a card for that spot removal while keeping their momentum rolling as well.
You've seen how effective it is in the Draken Rush that I use.
That's Rusalka to me just means momentum. Like playing against Gorby, any of the losses I had to Gorby were the turn 2 creature, the turn 3 creature followed by the turn 4 Rusalka, and there were no plays for me. Like I just could not. You can't keep up with that.
Super good in draft too. I lost to it in draft.
Oh yeah.
I almost lost it. I don't know. But it's also good in control, specifically the kind that doesn't have Tornado Flame, because it's an answer to Hyperspeed before they can start summoning other dragons. I said dragons, but dragons. Oh, and speaking of dragons, it's also very good against evolutions, which we're going to be seeing, because you know you're not sacrificing any card presence and you're bouncing what they could have taken 2 turns to set up.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So yeah.
So expect to see this card a lot in the future. It's still really good.
Yeah.
It's just a great all-around card. There's not too much that it doesn't have going for it.
And
Very well balanced.
I think what makes this card a lot better now in this game, as you said, all the other previous points, but better than it was in Duel Masters, was the fact that we had other forms of spot removal, like the Aqua Surfer, the Shield.
For 1 more mana, you had Kirill.
Yeah. So you had other cards that were better than this, that could do more things and were more, I guess, provided more presence than this card. So, which is why CVH never really liked it in DM, but in
now
this
I like
game,
it.
with the meta slowed down like it is, and without as many answers to things like the new cards being Hyperspeed or the 3 drops that can attack, this card does a lot of work.
It does.
Yeah.
So that's Rusalka. And
Yes,
now,
Rusalka.
on to
Awesome card.
the previews.
Yes, so Wizards has been sending out preview cards to a bunch of people. I don't know exactly who's gotten them so far other than us. I think Channel Kaijudo Master got one that he tweeted out.
Yeah, his was the, what was it?
Yeah.
Not the...
I was trying to think of...
I know
Nature
more of the
Spell.
Kaijudo got one.
More of the
Roy the
Kaijudo got
Kaijudo
one.
was Nature Spell, right?
Yeah, so...
That's sophisticated, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out to you, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, we wondered where you went for so long, and then I just realized, oh, that's you.
And I was wondering where the Kaijudo was, and I still don't really know, but I guess it's you, so that's cool.
Yep. So, everybody's been getting previews, as well as Wizards themselves have been sending out previews every couple of days. They've sent out a couple, and we're going to go over a lot of them now, at least the ones that were out as of October 26th.
Yeah, and now
on
we'll
Friday.
discuss all of them, and you can
ones
see
that
the
we
pictures
haven't
right here when Carl edits them in.
No.
Or if not, you can look in the description below where he'll have all the links.
I'm going to link to
He's
all
not
of them
going
down
to have
below.
all the links down below.
I'm going to link to all the ones that I know where they are.
You guys are on your own.
Yeah.
But anyways,
start
let's
on.
go over some of the previews. Let's start with the Darkness Evos. Thoughts?
They brought back Chaos Worm.
Yes.
all the worm evolutions from Evo Crushneers of Doom and Duel Masters now evolve off Chimeras.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 7 of the 12 Darkness cards, I think in the new set are Chimeras, including the Evos.
That's 5 new bait.
So yeah, we got 5 new pieces of bait for them.
On top of, I mean, they're both really good. I remember back in DM when, was it Ultraside Worm is the super rare now for Darkness, the super evolution. It
It's not called Chimera. It's called, what is it called? Do we know what it's called?
Something Hydra, I think.
No, Hydra's the Chaos
Medusa
Worm.
Hydra's the, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And then
so
the other
wrong.
one is something weird.
Alright, but the big super rare Darkness one that you probably have seen by now really isn't that good. You have better finishes in Darkness like Dark Scare Adorable.
Yeah, it's...
The effect is indeed random. The effect is whenever it attacks, banish all enemy creatures that are level 1. So those of you thinking, I don't understand why that's like on this card, it's kind of bad, you're right, it is kind of a bad effect, which is...
It's basically 6 for 11,000.
Right.
And,
the point is that
Double Breaker evolves off of Chimera. And I think what they were trying to do was like, in DM we had Ultraside Worm where it was 6 for 11,000, no effect with Double Breaker, whereas they just gave it an effect here just to give it something extra.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it'll be nice, you know, because there's going to be a lot of cheap level 1 bait for Evos if things are going the way we think we're going. Between
especially if we get
Magris,
Storm Patrol evolutions, like
Yeah.
Thunder Cruiser's going to start seeing play.
Magris is definitely seeing play with the light promo from League.
Yep.
And potentially Marrow Ooze.
I'm actually not going to run Magus in that deck.
Interesting.
You got to think.
I do?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
That was a knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, there is level 1s that can do things potentially. Oh my god.
I think the big idea
Not
behind it is
cooperating.
just 6 for 11,000, giving Chimeras and Darkness decks in general just something big to beat with.
Let's just talk about the good one now. Can we
they
stop
don't
talking
have
about
a
the
lot
bad
of
one?
finishers. What?
That's the
We're
bad
gonna
one.
get
Let's
to
talk
it.
about
Okay,
Hydra
so
Medusa now.
Hydra Medusa.
It's 5
Awesome.
for 5, evolves off of
Chimeras.
Chimeras, and when you play it, banish target enemy creature. That's
a
pretty
walking
good.
terror
That's
pit.
sick. Yeah. It's so cool.
It's probably not the best turn 5 play in the world.
They can be against Hybrid Speed.
It can against aggro. It's a great idea.
Or if you know you're up against a deck that
think-
also tries to evolve fast, and you want to get rid of the bait first.
And I
that
think
could be a
decks
good
like that are going to be aggressive anyways if you're using cards like the, what is it, Scaradorable, Gloom Hollow, and Bat Breath Scaradorable, which are
Right.
both Chimeras. Those are both very aggressive cards, or can be. And on top of
And
that,
of course, Dark Scaradorable.
There's Dark Scaradorable, there's Giga Stand, like, all of these cards are super aggressive, and the Hydra Medusa just adds to that.
So those Blurple decks focusing around Hydra Medusa and Emperor Neuron might find themselves being more of like an aggro control. They still basically control because they have all the elements, and that's what they can do.
It's got
But
the
the
spells
they
and
will
things
have
like
to-
that, but-
The minute you drop them, it just changes momentum on your side of the field, and you just go crazy.
You're not going to drop an Emperor Neuron and not attack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to attack with him.
So, very cool. And it's only an uncommon too, right? So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be too hard to pick up a couple.
They're taking up everything of everything anyway. Everything.
Everything
The
of
set
everything.
is just too cool.
Good lord.
See, the next card we have to go over is Flamespike Tatsurion, the nature super rare that we all thought was going to be a Fighter Dual Fang variant. But this guy's
This one's
Man
cooler.
can
It's
drink.
okay.
this guy's
It's really cool.
This guy's really cool. He is an evolution of a Beastkin. He's 6
Yes.
mana, 8,000 power, has Double Breaker, and his effect states that whenever he is in a battle, he gains 6,000 power.
Yeah.
And that's during the opponent's turn, during your turn, just whenever he battles.
He attacks over Evo Fury Tatsurion.
Yes.
Right? So
Think about that.
Everyone who was worried about Evo Fury being unkillable besides Terror Pit or Root Trap,
Yeah. Nature has the
we
answer.
have answers.
Of course,
Yes.
that basically means that Flamespike Tatsurion is basically unkillable except for Terror Pit or Root Trap.
Pretty much. So, there's that.
Yeah, so new thing to worry about, but it evolves on
Oh,
Beastkin.
effectively-
Hey,
which is-
Rusalka, man.
Right?
Rusalka can do work.
Come at me.
Deal with the bait, and you want to deal with that thing. But it's really cool because you can get it out on turn 5. I think it's going to see play in Water Nature aggro decks.
And
Stealing from Duel
heck,
Masters.
that'll be-
Even so, I think I was talking to CBH about this the other night, but mono nature decks, I think, could very well be a thing, especially with this next card we have to go over, Silverfist. I don't know what else was part of his name, but
Silverfist.
I think it was
is
just still Silverfist, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's, what is he, 5? Is he 5 mana? 5 or 4? I
5.
think he's 5. Yep, 5 for 4,000. And when all the cards in your mana zone are nature, he gains plus 4,000 power and has Double Breaker. So he's a 5 for 8,000 Double Breaker, pretty much, if you're playing mono nature.
In words of Matt Segura, sounds fair.
Right. It just sounds ridiculous to me to give nature Reap and Sow, this guy, and now Flamespike Tatsurion with so many good, like, Beastkin bait, like Bronze Arm Tribe, Razorhide. Like the ramp up to Flame Spike.
Yeah, we're obviously going to get more Beastkin in this set too.
Exactly.
With Reap, and so like, and they have search cards, the Dimension Gate, Breach the Veil,
Gigahorn Charger,
Gigahorn Charger, like the
Quill Spike.
Mono Nature is.
If you want.
Quill Spike is going to be real.
Yeah, Mono Nature is a thing. I think it's going to be very potent in the meta.
I can't.
You got Great Arena. You're dropping things like Raging Goliath to make all your bait huge, drawing off that. Dropping
Dahlia?
Evolutions, drawing off.
Carnivorous Dahlia?
No.
I don't even think Dahlia is a thing.
I mean, it's not a thing, but it's
like,
got potential.
Like he was saying, just Raging Goliath for the power, Essence Cell for the added power to benefit off of the Great Arena. Like, Nature's got draw power, it's got super aggression, everything's huge. Like, and Flame Spike Tetsurian has all the bait it needs, just in that grouping right there. It's
look at that. One set just created multiple new deck types. It's crazy.
Like, Mono Nature is a thing, and I can't wait to try it out.
I know. I'm so stoked on it.
And speaking of nature, let's just keep going. The moth thing. What is it?
Lepidos the Ancient.
Lepidos the Ancient. I saw that card. I woke up early to that card. My Twitter went off, and I read that card, and I was just like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a very rare from Evo. It's 8 for 8,000, and it's Double Breaker, right? It's a giant insect.
No, it's a Megabug.
Megabug.
Giant insects don't exist, Carl. Some game you play.
Megabugs.
So, and its effect states that whenever one of your creatures would win a battle, it sends one of your opponent's shields to the mana zone. And I don't believe they get to activate the effect of that shield.
Well, it goes to mana zone, and shield blast specifically stay when they go to your hand.
So that card is awesome.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of people, like, as soon as it was announced, it was getting a lot of comparisons to Bolmedius. Which, looking at it now, especially with the potential for Mono Nature to actually be a deck,
they don't have ways to necessarily tap creatures and win battles, per se. Yeah. Like, it just seems like a situation that's going to be hard to get into.
It's not in Mono Nature. People are looking at, like, Nature Light builds.
Well, Nature Light, yeah.
I personally feel like this card is just going to get Millport and Razor Kindred all day. True facts.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It just seems like it'd be inconsistent, because you already have to have the field presence. Your opponent's field has to be more tapped, more or less. There have to be things on the opponent's side of the field to kill, and then you have to drop that guy and have that field.
Yeah, so I honestly never think it'll go off, and if it does, it'll hit like 1 or 2 shields max. Yeah. So, like,
before it gets dealt
it'll probably never go off, but at the same time, the effect is really cool.
Yeah, on paper, it's really cool card.
But I'm glad they made this effect really hard to use.
I definitely want to test it.
Yeah, and at 8 mana too. I mean, 8 for 8,000 is huge, as you guys saw with the my games against Kevin when dropping Terra Dragon Regalia on 9 for 9,000. It was just almost impossible to deal with. They have at this point. Yes, that's why I'm saying it. So it's 9 for 9,000 is just really hard to deal with, and the Moth falls right into that category. 8 for 8,000. It's going to be really hard to deal with as far as battles go. They're going to have some sort of answer to it, like you said, Milporo, Terrapid.
Corey really wants to make a bug evolution, so I guess he can drop Lepidos, do cool things, and then evolve off of it, which is
completely impractical. Yeah, because Amber Scorpion doesn't exist.
Yeah. They even said that 8 mana mark, like I was saying, with Mono Nature, like just being able to ramp up to it super easy, and with all the searching.
Sprout.
Then you drop Rusalka and make them cry.
Sprout might not be the worst card in the world.
Mono Nature.
I actually think Sprout has potential in Hyperspeed with Great Arena. So you can go Sprout, Great Arena, Quill Spike, or Hyperspeed. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's just super cool things to be done with Evo. I can't wait till it comes out. We've got 4 more to go here.
Oh God.
Search the Depths, which I think just got previewed today.
Submarine Project from Duel Masters. Yeah.
Which
level 3 Shield Blast, Water Spell. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Take a card, add it to your hand, and put the rest on the bottom. So it's Reef Prince for 2 less mana, but a spell and a Shield Blast. Don't think it's going to see much play outside of Sealed.
Generally outclassed by
Crystal Memory, Logos, all the draw cards.
And Reef Prince himself.
Yeah, because I mean, for 1 more mana, you get a Crystal Memory. Search it for anything.
I mean, if you're playing Control, which you probably are, and you Reef Prince, you're probably going to search for a power card like Razor Kindred, Terra Pit, Skull Shatter, something that's over 5 mana. Right. So the fact that you would play this card, not generate advantage because it doesn't have a field presence, and then search for a power card when you could just wait. Like, if you play it on turn 3 instead of a logo scan, if you had played the logo scan on turn 3, by turn 5 when you would have played Reef Prince, you will have drawn the top 4 cards of your deck anyway.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's just really, there's almost no point to it. It's just not that great.
I mean, if you really feel that you need, like, that 1 extra turn 3 play to try to start digging through your deck, you know.
If there's a combo deck that absolutely requires to have a certain level 4 card on turn 4, it's probably going to be really inconsistent. But this card will help that sort of weird strategy work. Yeah. And it'll be really good and sealed like Carl Reddish did on a thing on the Facebook. Yeah.
But to continue to compare back to DM, this card was outclassed by things like Stream and Crystal Memory and stuff like that. So I think the same thing's going to happen now since we have both of those cards. It's just never going to see play.
Yeah, plus now Hydro Spy and Reef Prince serve as Evo bait for a really good Evo. Yeah. At least one, so that's another reason.
Neuron.
Yep. Yeah. So just not very, very subpar draw card. The new Locomotivate.
Locomotivator.
Locomotivator.
I actually thought it was Locomotiver until I watched Corey's video, and he's like, Locomotivator, what do they do to your name? And I was like, what did they do to your name?
What did they do to you?
See, I thought it was Locomotivate, but it's Locomotivator.
Yeah, like Locomotiver, but Locomotivator.
Oh, how the mighty
It motivated me never to play that card.
God. Yeah.
Right? Anything?
No, yeah, we got it.
It's interesting for like maybe I could see this being used maybe in a fire dark rush deck.
Earth power.
Where
what are you doing?
Listen, Earth Jesus power. Christ.
Stop.
But in like a fire dark rush deck where you could play it, get a card from your shields, and put it in your hand, it kind of generates a little bit of hand like.
It's sort of like what Jewel Spider did for fire dark back in the day.
It's kind of just like a giant Paul Clark. Hydro Spy.
So it's pseudo draw power.
Yeah.
But the thing is making yourself vulnerable by losing a shield like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not good in any other deck but Rush, and even in Rush it's very subpar.
Exactly.
So, but I'm saying that's where I could see it being used, if it ever gets used. Just because it's 3,000 power body, so.
Yeah. 3 for 3 is not.
But even still, there's better options, like, especially with Chaos Horn being a thing now, like.
Any of the Chimera bait,
Gloom Hollow,
Gigastand,
like there's better options. So I don't think Locomotivator is ever going to see play.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
Drakon Warchief, more mono.
More fire stuff.
Mono part of the cycle.
Civilization cycle. Which makes me wonder. I guess we're probably going to see a light one.
I hope we get Angler Cluster back.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Anyways, Drakon Warchief. Someone tell them what it does.
4 for 3, right?
Yep.
4 for 3,000. When all of your mana is fire, it gets speed attacker when it's summoned.
And plus 2,000 power.
And plus 2,000.
No, power attacker plus 2,000.
Yes.
Powerful attack plus 2,000.
So basically,
and it's a Drakon.
So it basically becomes a Gila Flame when it swings. It stays on the field if your mana's all fire. So don't think it's going to see play.
Yeah, mono fire is just too inconsistent.
Yep, I don't see mono fire.
Unless they've like not previewed a card that's living. What is it?
And I mean, I think
mono fire right now is probably better than mono fire would be in Duel Masters.
Yeah.
So definitely. Like maybe not the worst, but
mono fire. I think all that card does though is you've already got Draglide and Gila Flame.
Well, Draglide sucks in comparison to this card.
Well, no, obviously, but I'm saying like if you wanted to run an all fire deck, I think the only advantage to running all fire is that you just get 3 extra speed attackers. So I think you're better off mixing civs and running something that can support the aggro rush deck versus just running all fire just for the added 3 speed attackers, added 3 cheap speed attackers. So for that reason, I don't think this card's ever going to see play.
Ever?
Well, competitively.
Competitively constructed. I don't think it's going to see.
What's a competitive?
I don't know that.
I just don't think it's going to see constructed play. But it's cool. It's neat. I like the mono civ kind of.
If fire gets better support, like if it gets a great arena or what, I keep forgetting the spell. I keep wanting to call it Reap and Sow. But if it gets like a Reap and Sow or Great Arena equivalent, then
something that allows it to keep a little bit of hand advantage. But
right.
Even still, putting it at 4 mana with Gila Flame and Draglide, I think it just gets outclassed by those.
Exactly.
Well, it's cool if you have like the thing, you can drop it on turn 4, be a big power attacker, then evolve it into
our final preview, which is on CVH's article that he...
Drakon Warchief. Nope. Blastforge Captain. My god.
Your own preview.
Yay!
So, tell us about it. Tell us about you writing articles for
ARG. Link in the description below. Check it out. It's like, I wrote 1,000 words on it. Just check out the article, people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. So his article will be down below for the final preview, Blastforge Captain. Definitely check it out.
Leave your comments on the ARG website. Let them know what you think. Give them ideas for future articles.
Do it.
Yep. And just let's show ARG our support and.
I have your mat.
And show CVH some love here.
Indeed.
Show me some love, guys.
So yeah. All right, so those are the previews. The links will be below for the pictures of all the cards we've talked about, and links to the Facebook pages, Wizards' Facebook page, Kaijudo's Facebook page, our Facebook page, the Earth Power like page.
Which has 110 likes.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Check us out on Twitter.
We need to do a giveaway or something.
at Gnarly Gorby, at Earth Power.
And at Spencer W. Swan.
At Spencer W. Swan. We miss you, Spencer. Some love.
He doesn't really post about Kaijudo at all, but it's like political and underground rap and stuff, so it's cool.
For those of you who are into that, check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Rusalka, Aqua Chaser.
Rusalka, Aqua Chaser.
Nerdier.
Nerdier.
Yeah.
Rusalka, real card. And then we got a bunch more real cards coming in.
Yes, Evo Fury literally will change everything. I can see the meta just
unleash the power.
Like, so many cool deck ideas just out of this little 60 card set. It's gonna be so awesome.
Drafting. Yes.
It's gonna be sick. So yeah, guys.
Leave a like if you enjoyed.
Yes, leave a like. That's right.
All of the likes.
We like likes. Hit that like button.
I like those of you that leave likes.
Yeah.
All right.
They like us too. No, I'm saying.
No, I'm saying. Straight up.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Beach. Can I get a young hummer?